So back up to the start, and we see the distinctive blue of Newcastle University with that star on the blades there. And they are on the right-hand side. You can see it for yourself, can't you? And on the left, it's the Bulldogs of Yale University from Connecticut, one of the Ivy League schools in the USA.
It looks like both crews have got away pretty cleanly. Newcastle taking a lead. Always difficult to see, you know, from this at this stage of the race how it's going to develop. A crew may take a lead, but if they've used too much energy to get that lead, they can pay for it quite quickly. Sometimes we'll see the race develop from this point, a minute in to perhaps two and a half minutes. And while at this point it looks like, you know, it's all Newcastle, if they put too much energy in, the Yale crew could be back in it. So let's see how this develops.
So the Yale crew from USA, they are the men who have raced in the junior varsity Yale 8. That's Yale's second crew. They won at the Eastern Sprint in the second 8 competition. We're further down the course now. We see Newcastle on the left maintaining a commanding lead over Yale.
Yeah, they went off very hard, the Newcastle crew. Very aggressive rowing. A lot of power applied, and I said you can never tell how that's going to develop. As we see today, they've maintained that power and aggression on the approach to moving the boat and opened up a big lead now.
So this Newcastle University crew, it's their top boat, and Newcastle University, a fantastic program. I think they were the top university at the British University Championships, and you know, such competition, or if not the top university, one of the top 2, which is an amazing achievement. There's such strength in depth in this squad, and well, the man with the white cap there, John, used to row on the reach just below us, or above us, sorry, at Walton Rowing Club, Ollie Knight, and well, he was there with Walton Rowing Club. He went to St Edward's School. Johnny Sinkfield took him on a scholarship, and he's now gone to study at Newcastle University. But those men behind Ollie, and you can see him there with the white cap on his head, are all really experienced junior internationals.
Yeah, interesting you mentioned Ollie. I was talking to a coach of the St Edward's boat the other day, and he reminded me that he here St Edward's had an incredibly strong crew. They were rowing down to the final of the National Schools Regatta when Ollie fractured a rib and had to be taken out of the boat. So they came back in, and he was really a driving force in that 8. And perhaps they lost a bit of speed without him. But we can see the influence, of all 4 of the guys in the boat. But clearly a very strong Newcastle crew here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in effect, I mean, it's Yale's junior varsity men, so that's the Yale second 8, and this is in effect Newcastle 4 men from what would be Newcastle University's first 8 on the left of your picture. You can see the little Cox, Callum McRoberts, lying down, the mechanical engineering student, who is the men's captain at Newcastle University. He will have so much to do, as well as his engineering studies, beyond the exec of the boat club, organising transport, trailers, organising training commitments. It's been an incredibly busy season for Callum McRoberts. He did win this event here in 2014, but what a season to be captain of Newcastle University with a crew like this fighting to take the Prince Albert Challenge Cup.
Yeah, absolutely, I'm sure he'll be delighted with the way the crew's rowing today. I see him looking around there to see if he can well, I don't know if he's looking back to see if he can see the Yale crew, but he's going to have to stand up to see them from the angle he is there.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Because the Cox can't look round that far, so I think the bowman's got to communicate. You've got to have that little dialogue between bowman and Cox, and the bow in the Newcastle University is Bill New. And he will be communicating with his coxswain, Callum Roberts, just to let him know how far behind Yale are.
Yeah, and that's actually an interesting dynamic when you describe it like that, because when you have an 8, you have the cox down sitting next to the stroke man. So the feedback and the information he's getting is from the stroke man and the 7 man. When you're in a cox 4, the bowman is giving that information. And different seats in the boat will have a different feel and different perspective. So
yeah. When I was here in this event in '84, the Prince Philip, and our cox Adrian Ellison, we went on to Los Angeles in the Olympics, and there really had to be a dialogue between myself and Adrian for the calls in the race. And Adrian started out. I took over the calls in the middle of the race, and then Adrian carried on the calls in the last part of the race, and it was kind of a bit intuitive, really. So each crew works out what works best for them, but clearly, if you want to speak to the cocks, it's easiest for the bow man in a front load of Cox field to do so.
Yeah, although I think we've probably both been in some boats where the straight man's taking it upon himself to speak to the cocks.
So the 4 men from Newcastle University, their top crew, Callum McRoberts, he's in the Cox's seat. And then Bill New, James Robson, Alex Haynes in the 3 seats, all great junior rowers. And Ollie Knight, we've spoken about him as the course has progressed from Walton Rowing Club, St Edward's School, and now at Newcastle University. Going on to great things. Newcastle University win this heat of the Prince Albert Challenge Cup from the junior varsity men of Yale.
Cheers for Yale. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Cheers to Newcastle. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray!